Don Gatz for bothering the horse ranch. The undercover guy was back out there. Within minutes, law enforcement showed up again. This is part 2 of our investigation into Don Gatz that started 20 years ago. Now, where we left off with part 1, if you haven't watched that, go back and watch that. Part 1 was leaving as Don Gatz had driven up to confront us in front of his feedlot in Patterson.
How did you find me?
Huh?
Do you know what my name is?
No. What's your name?
Don Gatz.
Okay.
It's kind of weird that you take people's pictures driving in and out of my place.
It's a public area.
Alright.
Alright.
See ya.
Can I get one of
Yeah, sure. Here, let me get one of you too.
you? I want to see them on Facebook.
Alrighty, let's take care. I'm gonna get his license fixed. And we proceeded to leave, and he proceeded to follow us. So we just pulled over, and he went driving by. We were then followed by law enforcement all the way to the county line. Basically, Don Gatz had embraced the Hispanic community. At the back of his property, he built a horse racetrack, and I believe there was a lot of illegal gambling happening there. He built an arena that is the type that's used in Mexico for basically horrific animal abuse, including horse tripping. And I believe that there was corruption going on, that law enforcement knew what he was doing, but because their kids were in the rodeo or they liked going out there, that they turned a complete blind eye to everything that was going on. We're talking about illegal horse racing, horrific horse abuse. One of the events was literally just bringing horses into a ring with a mad bull and racing around past this bull, and horses getting attacked by a bull. And the trader that would bring us the horses on the back haul that we were paying $100 a horse for, I would see these horrific injuries that were so strange, and he's like, oh, well, they're doing tripping with them, and they do events with them, and these are horses that they would be shipping to slaughter, but because they're doing an event, they just pull them out, and if they're trained to ride, they'll do an event with them. And in this event, it's literally a bull that is mad and basically attacking horses. But law enforcement would not consider any action on Don Gatz. They turned a complete blind eye, because when our undercover guy was in there, every officer that took him away and told him he couldn't be there, every time they found him in public areas or along the river, they were all Hispanic. And I believe that the Hispanic law enforcement officers, because they liked maybe going out there with their families and doing the horse racing and illegal gambling, that they just wouldn't, they would just say, oh, there's nothing going on there. It's Don Gatz. My idea was not to leave Don Gatz alone. It was to watch him as close as I possibly could. At auctions, I'd sit next to him, I would film him, I'd document the horses that he was getting. This is B&B auction in Merced, California. This is actually him and Billy Brown sorting out the horses. What would happen is they would buy horses together, basically. Billy Brown would ship to Canada, and Don Gatz shipped to Mexico. And so here they're just kind of sorting out which horses they got. And every horse being exported out of California was a felony, and you were not allowed to ship horses out of California for slaughter, but they would just ship them to another state. But they were ultimately going to Mexico or Canada. B&B Auction didn't want anyone there that was connected to rescue. This is some of our undercover folks getting confronted at the B&B auction. As she's walking in, Don Gatz is sitting there next to the ring, bidding. The guy sitting in the blue shirt, he sees that she is recording, or he gets skeptical of her auctions. Will see somebody new and they'll scope you out. And so he goes and sits directly in front of her. And I think that's kind of when her cover got blown here.
Sure, come and get you.
I don't understand what the problem is.
There's a
But
problem.
why?
You're too
Show
goddamn
me.
nosy.
He's calling the sheriff on me.
You're trespassing. So
But what is your name?
I don't make any difference. You're out of here.
How do I know you're the owner? How do I
I'm
know?
not selling no more bullshit. Get out of here. And don't come back.
What is the problem? What's his name?
None of your business.
Then how can he throw me off if I don't know who he is?
Doesn't matter.
anybody.
Nobody threatened.
When you
Nobody said
threaten to
anything.
throw somebody
No.
off a property for no
He
good
didn't
reason.
threaten to throw you off the property for no. He doesn't have to have a reason. It's his property.
Well,
all you people want to do is cause trouble, and I don't know why.
If there's nothing to hide,
We
then
have
no
nothing
problem.
to hide.
Nothing to hide. You will not believe what this auction was hiding. Stay tuned for part 3.